See if you can pull this off
15.
here. 15. And... Alright, it succeeds. You can get a single attack in.
Okay. I'm gonna attack the guy who I was trying to hit earlier. Roll d20 plus 5. 18.
18, that hits.
Christ.
Do I get a sneak attack?
No, I'm not allowing that. There's
Okay.
only so much you can do being yeeted through the air.
Fine. Roll d6 plus 3. 7 damage.
This is why the gnome
7 damage.
shouldn't fight me.
How do you want to finish him off?
I like slash him across the chest again. Well, no. I have my, I get thrown and I'm holding my sword at like by my chest, having it point down, and while going past, I like slice him through the back of the head.
As you slice him through the back of the head, it connects with his brain, and from the force of the throw, just jerks the skull forward, just breaking the neck and killing them instantly.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus Christ. Can we run back what just happened here, though?
That could have gone so bad if you didn't roll well.
I force-throwed a fucking gnome down the fucking field like a fucking football. And
with
he
2 HP.
fucking sliced the
2
man's
HP.
fucking head in half as he was flying through the air. Just let Goro throw.
So that was kind of gross.
That was perfect. That's the most badass. Like, that's more badass than
Alright,
Shed,
your
like,
turn.
slamming into somebody from
Wait,
dive bombing.
What?
It's Remedy's turn. Not Remedy, Dar.
Oh.
It's Dar's turn.
If she... I love being a big boy.
Follow that one. No.
Yeah,
That was
you don't.
Well, that
Dark
could
never
have gone
hurt.
horribly wrong, but it didn't.
And that makes
It
it a
didn't.
good thing.
You
I
could have
like-
not
I like how
won
I've gotten
it.
nat 20s on just forcing the gnome to do shit.
specifically including you picking me up.
Yeah. It's like
What do you mean being a wizard is the worst decision?
small gnome. Do what I want.
Oh, you don't want big muscle. Oh, so you're a fan of big muscle and doing shit. You're doing melee.
Just because.
So,
She wasn't prepared to try to brain think the fucking spells.
I know magic's hard. It's not. Especially when you just Eldritch Blast.
Or you just smite.
Just going to
And
ignore that
only
one.
smite.
That was beautiful. At least, okay. See.
What are you gonna do?
Charge forward and shoot him with lasers.
Alright, I was just trying to talk to Airfryer for like a solid 2 minutes. Then I realized that my internet was disconnected.
Oh no.
All I have to say is that if that wasn't a nat 20, I wouldn't have allowed half that bullshit.
Just flying through the sky. Little gnome football.
Come on, spells aren't that hard. You have a number of options here.
Yeah.
She
And
got
you can,
literally
you know-
one range damaging spell that she took. And she's a freaking wizard.
Ah, yes. Big brain move.
All you have
What are
to
you
do
gonna
is-
do here? Come on, we need at least a semblance of a decision here.
Can you? Yes,
Cast
you can
Frostbite again? Yeah, how many spell slots does you have?
Frostbite is a cantrip.
Cantrip, yep. Then you can cast it again. What's the range?
60 feet.
You're gonna have to move up.
So
1,
she's
2,
within 60 feet.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Constitution saving throw, right?
Yep. Failed save, it deals 1d6.
All right.
It's just an
The
inferior
save
version of freaking.
fails in this case.
So 1d6, 5 damage.
That'll be 5 damage to remain goblin.
Just a
Why is
just
there
a
just
worse
side
version
up?
of Sacred Flame.
Yep. So this time your frostbite is considerably more effective. It grinds into the creatures, just starting to soak through. You can see some of the skin on the outside starting to turn gray from the sheer cold and the ice crystals getting under there.
Bruh.
Goblin starts screaming very loudly. He appears to be very badly hurt.
Whoa.
Scream for me.
That's a little spooky.
Yeah, Airfryer, when you pick your last 2 spells, you should probably pick spells
Range.
that are damaging.
Wait, what are the other spells she
so-
picked?
She picked 4 out of the 6 first level spells you can have, and she picked Alarm, Comprehend Languages, Find Familiar, and Unseen Servant.
Oh god.
And they are mostly useless. This is correct.
The goblin takes its disengage action, starts running away, shouting in broken common, "Mercy! Mercy! Please have mercy! I'll give you anything you want!"
Kill him.
Oh, please have mercy on him.
Kill him. Fucking kill him.
At this point, he's just running in terror. He's, like, done with this bullshit.
Omi, big murder time.
Okay, my turn?
It passes to,
Omi.
um,
Omi.
Yep. passes to me.
Okay, I run up to here. And I attack with my short sword.
Roll tit.
22.
Pause.
Definitely hits.
Damage.
Oh yeah, damage.
Unless you completely fuck up, it'll probably do it.
I mean, it's
Plus-
gonna be 4 damage. It's 9 damage. Yeah, the man's
Bruh.
going down.
Are you gonna knock him out, or are you gonna?
I'm gonna knock him out. I'm not gonna kill
Okay.
him.
Good man.
So, as you take your short sword, you rear around with the flat of the blade and knock him solidly on his head. The screams of terror cease as this goblin is knocked out.
Big slam.
Alright, that's combat over, everybody.
Cool.
Let's go interrogate the goblin.
I would like to take the skull of one of the dead goblins.
As a trophy.
I believe, yeah, some of them are intact, so if you want to, you certainly can.
Okay.
I know
will
at least one of
take
the goblins
one.
has an intact skull.
Yes.
Yeah.
One goblin skull.
As you're removing the bits from the goblin, Emily is looking at you in pure horror and disgust,
Actually, I'm going to.
Forgot she was
although
there.
she does not comment.
I'm gonna search the hobgoblin
Yeah,
that is brutally cut in half.
I'm gonna search the goblin that I just knocked unconscious and like their base.
So, regarding the hobgoblin, unfortunately, he doesn't have much on him. The longsword in question is probably the most valuable thing, although it is rusted and in very poor condition. His armor was just rendered completely unusable by him being cleaved like that. Though it possibly could be repaired, the damage is so significant that you might as well buy a new set of chainmail for the cost it would take.
Yeah, I'll take the rusted sword just because.
Can I
Alrighty, add one rusted longsword into your inventory.
can I take one of the short bows from the goblins?
Um, upon seeing the goblin corpses, unfortunately, how they fell, they fell on top of the bow in such a way that they snapped it.
So what do I get from my conscious goblin, and their base?
All right.
Can I
So
take
as far
keys?
as I'll get to you in a sec. As far as the conscious goblin, you fish around for a few coins. Nothing there, just 6 copper pieces. As far as weaponry goes, his weaponry is once again rusted beyond repair. Um, you could take his sword and get a bit out of it. It wouldn't be worth very much. Likewise, the bow, you might not get anything for it just because of how simple and easy it is to make.
Yeah, basically a stick and some twine.
Pretty much a stick that's been whittled down slightly at the ends to make it
Yeah.
springy and some twine.
Goro has 2 skulls on his belt.
What's on inside the house?
Remedy has a freshly obtained longsword -1.
As everybody enters the house, Emily just looks on with a bit of disgust.
I don't enter the house.
Looting.
I'm outside.
Eh. Well, at least most of you are taking some valuables here, I suppose. Better than certain other trophies that are being taken at the moment.
Yeah.
Cough.
Inside this little cabin, it's a pretty squalid scene in here. You do see a very beat up, dingy bed there, and a couple stools, a little writing desk. Nothing too major. Do you want to make a investigation check?
Yes. Boom, 18.
The gnome of God.
18. So while you do poke around, you do find some pillows. However, they are shredded by little green claws to the point where they're gross and not usable. Upon poking around further, you do find that the desk, which previously seemed to be just completely broken down, is actually openable, and there's a note inside.
What does the note read?
Note is in Goblin.
Do not reach out them.
I'm gonna just take the note.
Take the note, eh? All right. Okay. I said that they did have pillows, but they're shredded so heavily
Yeah.
that they're unusable. Like everything here is like dingy shit shack.
Honestly, I was hoping for the 1 silver coin in a hidden slot.
Oh,
All
no,
right.
you do not have mending.
As far as stealing the unusable pillow, you get some scraps of cloth and down feathers. Nothing
that's
usable.
actually a good idea.
Nothing usable. Nothing actually substantial. The feathers are shredded to the point where they're worthless. The scraps of cloth are so slimy and worthless that it's not better for much more than fire tinder.
Yeah, that's actually a okay. That's actually a good idea. Use comprehend languages for the note. Comprehend languages, you can use either a spell slot or 10 minutes to cast it. So you can just sit around like muttering to yourself and looking through your spell book for 10 minutes. Or you could just use a spell slot. Mutter for 10 minutes. Alright. Airfire wants to cast comprehend languages.
Alrighty, do you guys want to take a short rest here?
Mutter wall.
Yes, I would love that.
Alrighty. So, as you lot are setting up in what remains of this little shack here, as far as the roof and everything, while it's obviously patchwork, it does seem surprisingly intact and waterproof. It
Alright.
seems to be at least a decent area to take up residence for a short time, at least.
So what's up with the goblin?
Yeah, we should interrogate him,
Yeah.
or at least you guys should.
I would like to pick up the goblin.
All
Um.
right.
I would like to hold him
I'll,
over the well.
Air fryer just left. In
Air
both in
fryer.
game and in session.
Yeah, she just discode.
Cause what
Where's that?
she said from my nest monitor.
Yeah, she wanted to use comprehend languages on the.
Oh yeah, I was gonna show her the note while she's using comprehend language to see what it says.
Okay.
I can still do that much since she said she guessed it or something.
Alright.
So, comprehend languages. Currently, Goro is holding the goblin over the well. Do you do that before or after the comprehend languages spell goes into effect?
Probably before, because it takes a little bit, like 10 minutes before that happens.
Yeah, before. I'm just holding him
The
there for now.
goblin. Well, the goblin starts to wake up, seemingly peaceful at first. Then reality hits and he realizes where he is. Big wall, no, 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 stop, please. What do you want? What do you want?
Ooh,
Goro.
I'm just holding him. Waiting
Please,
for.
please, I'm sorry. I know what we did wrong, but food. We need food to survive.
I'm going
This
to.
is
I'm going to like pretend to drop him.
Uh,
Like,
You kind of like lower them.
yeah, lower him down real quickly and up.
you just hear incomprehensible screeching. Stop,
forgot.
please,
Uh,
what do you want?
I tell
Goro, put him back down.
I tell Goro to like stop that. Then I show the goblin. Since has comprehend language gone into effect now?
It probably will in the next like few minutes.
Cause it's gonna what? Cause comprehend what does comprehend language do? The Gom can speak our language.
For the duration, you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that you hear. You also understand any written language that you see, but you must be touching the surface on which the words are written. It takes about 1 minute to read one page of text.
Oh, so Dar, it's casted on Dar.
Yeah, Dar was gonna do that.
So I hand the paper to Dar so she can read it.
Yeah.
Oh, she's back.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's back. She's back
I
a
wasn't
little
paying attention to her.
What
bit.
what
Yes,
does
basically.
paper say?
Fuck bitches.
All right,
Favorite.
so as you read over the paper, it looks like it is a note from the hobgoblin himself. As you read here, you learn a bit about his story. You see, he was never much liked among either goblins or any of the major human groups. Always an outcast. Eventually, he got into a bad run, some event that he never really specifies, just doesn't want to refer to it. Well, at that point, he meets a few exiled goblins, exiled for screwing up one too many times in a raid. And, well, they decide to band together. And exiled by both civilized and uncivilized society, they turn to the only means they really can, banditry. They had a nice thing going for a while. While they occasionally had to get violent, for the most part, most travelers would just give up a little bit of their goods and food in exchange for whatever they could, in essence, going through their territory. And, well, they managed to eke out a somewhat decent existence here. And from there, the note seems to just end abruptly. It might, with no real explanation further than that.
Like a diary.
Basically.
Pretty much. It's very primitive and scratched out on a few pages of paper as opposed to full diary. He might have just run out of paper.
Makes sense.
Goro asked Dar what paper say.
What paper say? Can't read. Can't read. Only Rar could read.
I asked
I
Dar,
don't.
not a stupid goblin.
Yeah. Yeah, Goro did say I asked Dar.
Well, he hears the word read and still goes off about that. He's panicked at this point.
Did this shit out of necessity and stuff. Very sad. Sad goblin. Sad goblin life.
Goro asked Dar to pick a number between 1 and 10.
Ooh, can I pick a number?
Sure.
I'm gonna pick 4.
Omi, pick a number.
2.
He pulls the goblin up and puts him next to the well.
Is he still holding on to the goblin?
Oh yeah, I still have him by his fucking shoulders.
Oh, think Lavender. Don't do that again, Goro. You're gonna scare the poor guy to death.
Yeah. Goblin is still shaking, still muttering, mostly in Goblin at this point, but you catch occasional words of common. Please, no. Just kind of keeps stammering incomprehensibly. So, what are you gonna do?
That's a good question.
I mean, you still got a goblin.
Yeah, what are we gonna do with this goblin? Well, what are we gonna do with him now?
Has PTSD, and we're only like not even like halfway. I'm assuming through the thing, so
Well,
can't really take as a pet.
we
that
killed
one,
all his
like,
friends.
out of-
What are we gonna
What?
do with him?
Well, all his friends are dead, so Goro flips him over into the well.
Oh, no, Goro!
He goes down.
First thing, so dilly darn, dilly darn, dilly darn, dilly darn. Before that happens, Friar gives him some rations, and as far as Goblin himself, let me dilly darn make a. Second here. Obviously, he's going to resist and fight this.
Yes, a goblin versus what, Goliath.
He
Goblin
somehow
was
manages to
dead.
wiggle the fuck out of this athletics.
So he does not manage to wiggle out of the athletics and falls. However, it does look like he was starting to righten himself a little bit. However, as the well goes so deep, you're not even sure if it matters anymore. All you hear is
Oh!
silence.
You murder hobo! Why did you do that?
He with his friends now.
Oh,
He's with his friends now.
Oh.
Goro walks back.
God.
Don't let him.
All right, you moving on from here.
MD is very sad now. Or she witnessed a murder.
It's not a murder. It's a
Emily watching all
assisted
this
suicide.
with just pure disdain for everybody involved, especially Goro.
Well, why me? I didn't do anything wrong. I just took a sword. Sword -1.
Question.
I mean,
Do
she's sure. What's your question, James?
should I full heal or
Oh, short rest. You expend one of your hit dice.
yeah, use the hit die, or do we magically heal fully?
I'll use the rest of our food supply if we have any to give you some epic food that lets you heal 1 extra HP.
Oh, well, I'll just roll my head die.
Just
boom.
like
Ooh,
she-
back up to 9 HP.
Very epic. Or plus, and then plus the one for my food, so you're up to 10.
Oh, Something. A.
This is going along and everybody's prepping to head out here. Emily's muttering something about vultures under her breath and then shouts to Goro, "You didn't have to do that."
He's with his friends now. It's better than being alone.
You could have spared him. At the
Why?
very least, given him some rations.
All his friends are dead.
So, he could have found new ones.
Well, not this guy. He's a lonely outsider boy.
She just looks away in disgust and spits on the ground. Let's get away from here. I can't stand being here any longer.
Push me to the edge. All my friends are dead.
Alrighty, so as you continue down the road into evening, you do make good progress throughout this time. Nothing further eventful happens by nightfall. Would you like to take a long rest?
Yep.
See.
Okay.
Very epic.
Give me 1 minute to switch a couple things over.
During long rests, me and the wizard can switch our spells up, but
Yep.
the wizard still needs to pick 2 more spells.
And do I get fully healed?
You should probably pick some. Yeah, you get full heals, and you get your hit die back too. But yeah. Friar, you should probably pick some spells that do a little bit of damage. Because it just seems like a good idea.
I'm almost done here. Just let me know when you want to transition over.
Push me to the edge.
Okay.
Apparently, Robert Trump died.
Robert Trump?
Donald Trump's younger brother.
Oh.
Oh no.
How very sad.
So impacted by this knowledge.
Yes, it's very relevant, especially to D&D.
Yes.
Truly.
Oh no.
Alright, so next thing we're going to do here is give people control of everybody. Alright, so that's Friar, that's big asshole boy Goro. Just deciding to yeet a goblin down the well.
Remedy is pouting for at least half an hour until he completely forgets about the incident. That's his joke. Her memory's not so terrible. Fun fact.
Alrighty. Everybody has control of their characters?
Let's see, shall we? Where is my character?
Yeah.
There's my character. Fun fact, Remedy's holy symbol doubles as a cookie cutter.
Shit.
Everybody's
you're right.
See,
You'd be right.
holy fuck, it's a big boy.
Gucci?
Gucci.
Alrighty, as you proceed down the road the next day, all of a sudden you come across a rather odd looking, everything. It looks like a bunch of piles of driftwood have been set up right on the road, right in the middle as a blockage.
Oh, fuck me.
What in the world?
As you look, there are a few people who seem to be acting as somewhat watches on top of the makeshift ramparts, but
Whoa.
not much more. You can
Are
hear
they,
this.
Are they like human or?
All sorts of races here. Some humans. There's even a tiefling among them.
Okay.
A couple half elves. Just an assorted
Just-
lot.
I'm just gonna ask Emily if this is the place.
I'm almost done saying the scene here.
Okay.
You can hear loud music coming from inside, and what sounds like festivities constantly going onwards. All right, Gory, you still gonna ask?
Yes.
Kyle?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I don't believe so. I I was there at this town when I was a small girl, but doesn't look certainly didn't look like this. Looked like a pretty standard farming village from what I remember. Certainly not such loud music everywhere and such. She looks up at the people. Interesting individuals. Everybody, make a perception check.
Okay. My perception +3.
What is my perception?
23.
+3, so 13.
Alrighty. So most of you noticed pretty much nothing out of the ordinary, except for our good old Omi friend here, who does notice that a lot of these people seem to be wearing especially colorful garb, just completely mismatched patterns everywhere. Almost seems like just a scrapwork of fabric. But there are also sounds going on. It sounds almost like a festival inside.
This sounds like a fun. This looks like a fun little village. I'm excited.
Well, Emily says they are blocking the road, so we might as well go in and say hi.
Yes, let's.
I very much do not agree with that. I will stay out here by this stump.
All right. Everybody else is heading in.
Goro, come with us.
Goro, no move.
Okay.
Oh, I guess we'll go on and
All right. As you approach, all of a sudden, one of the people on the gates leaps down from about 10 feet, does a somersault, and lands perfectly balanced, smiling with his arms crossed. It's the
Ooh.
tiefling up there.
That was impressive.
Why, thank you, my dear. Nice to have a new face around here recently. Things have been pretty, well, barren as of late, ever since some conflict started out in the outer forest area. Some war from some noble or something. But enough about that. We don't concern ourselves with that here. Why don't you come on in? We can certainly show you a good time while you're here.
I'd be happy to.
sure. I'll
Upon hearing this, Dar kind of backs off and goes with those two. Tiefling looks and smiles and says, "Ah, aren't those two going to join us? Come, we have many things. Food, drink, supply, even a few supplies if you need them. We're a rather merry bunch out here."
I will say I'm gonna stay like on guard while in this
Oh.
like village, since this
I am staying outside of that village.
I'm gonna go on in, but like stay on guard because I don't really trust this place.
Remedy's gonna go on in
Hippie,
and
too much
she's gonna,
hippie.
yeah. Remedy is like super excited, so she's not going in.
Mm-hmm. Emily still seems rather apprehensive, but still looking around. It's really the only way to go through here. Can't really drag a cart through the trees, so she kind of shrugs her shoulders and continues going onwards into the village. Alrighty, so the three members who went into the village are greeted by what can only be described as almost looking like a traveling circus of sorts. Tents with bright, vivid colors everywhere, people juggling, performing tricks. Looks like there's a food stand set up and they're spit roasting a pig over a fire. Just overall, a very festive environment. Well, our tiefling friend says here, It's good of you to come along to our little revelry here.
You guys look like you're having a lot of fun.
Aye, indeed we are. And that's the whole point here. Society outside, it's... Well, you've seen it. The constant wars, the constant worries. We're a lot here that just wants to forget about it and just enjoy life to the fullest. We work for food, we work to perform tricks, and when we need to, we go out into the world and perform for others in towns. But we stay here in the meantime, at least for the time being, until we decide to up and move again.
My fan's like really broken. My freaking ceiling fan just keeps turning off on itself by itself. It's really annoying. It just started doing.
Well, in any case, you lot over here must be very tired. Come, stay a while. We've plenty of food, plenty of drink, and as far as cost, just pay what you will. Anything will help us.
Don't mind if I do. Yeah. Go do whatever.
Alright. I assume that our two bum friends are out there just sitting with their arms crossed.
I am going to... Never mind.
I'm gonna just like stick by the cart. You know, and wait at the cart while we're in the town, well, village.
Just examining the surrounding area.
Can I make a like perception check to see if there's anything like shady?
Go ahead.
$14.
Alrighty, so looking around the immediate vicinity, well, you certainly don't notice anything shady, to say the least. As a matter of fact, everything seems surprisingly bright and colorful. Due to all the fires around here, they've actually managed to make a little clearing in the forest, and for the first time in a couple days, you've seen true sunlight come through. The performances are certainly loud and quite just sensory overload, almost like you walked into a circus or massive carnival, but you don't notice anything immediately amiss in the area.
Okay. So no, yeah, I'll just keep staying by the cart and stuff.
You're going to keep by the cart? What about you, Remedy? There's quite a few different acts around. Looks like somebody's attempting to do some of those fire-breathing tricks. And several other people juggling swords and the like. Just all manner of circus carnival attractions being practiced around.
Remedy's gonna run over and watch the fire eater excitedly. She's just amazed at the nonsense that's going on there.
Yep. The person, as far as you can tell, is a human, but he seems to be breathing fire exactly like Dragonborn. Just constantly exhaling, lighting torches, and then his friend is juggling them as they're lit, and quickly puts them back into his into braziers.
You're lucky that I'm not some sort of prankster, wizard, or bard or something. Because anyone else would just freaking mage hand the hell out of that.
What,
As for you, Omi, a couple people come up offering a flask of wine. Why, hello, you look rather tired, my friend. Why don't you have this? It'll help you relax throughout this area, enjoy things a bit more.
No, thank you. Throughout this area, we've already had some trouble. I'd rather try stay alert when we're out in the forest, personally.
We're trying to forget about all our troubles here, friend, and this stuff is good, strong moonshine. Will help you forget right away. Enjoy this environment a bit more.
No, yeah, I'll still politely turn you down. I'm not one for strong drinks
Uh,
or anything.
if you change your mind, you can go over to the bar. They might also have some weaker beers over there if that's more your style.
Okay, note that. I'll note that.
I
Uh,
ask a lovely Dare to use her familiar spell to get a bird's eye view.
Is that wake like that?
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I just read it. You,
Um, as an action, you can
While
see
your
through your
familiar is
familiar's
within
eyes
100 feet of
and
you, you
hear.
can communicate with it telepathically. Additionally, as an action, you can see through your familiar's eyes and hear what it hears until the start of your next turn, gaining the benefits of any special senses that the familiar has. During this time, you are deaf and blind with regard to your own senses.
I don't think she summoned a familiar yet,
Well, get to work, girl.
so that does take an hour to
That's why I told her
summon.
to get to work.
Both of you
Yeah,
stay here for the hour.
Yeah, you can start the
Well, just don't
the
get murdered
ritual if
in
you'd
that
like.
time.
The
Plus,
freaking
it's time for her
summoning
to
ritual.
make a familiar that can fly. She can do it. I believe in her.
Alright,
Make it,
so
make it seahorse. familiar.
you're going to spend the next hour conjuring up that familiar. As the rest of you, Omi is inside, still staying by the cart. You notice that even Emily's wandered off and is tentatively looking at some of the attractions. Remedy is having the time of her life over here, just glancing at everything. Wonder gets offered a couple drinks. I assume you take them.
Remedy does not drink a lot, so she
Oh,
politely declines.
yeah. But everything's still looking overall pretty good and pretty normal here. Alrighty, so as the hour passes, your conjure familiar spell should be complete. What form are you conjuring your familiar in? Small bat,
Bat.
okay.
Small baby.
Alrighty.
Small baby.
Would you like to try and view the area from a bird's eye view?
With the power of jazz hands.
Yee.
Right.
Me.
As you are flying over the area with this particular bat, you look over everything. It looks even more ramshackle from the top. As far as gates on the other end, you do notice a few people standing on the ramparts facing outwards, like the other people. It appears that overall, nothing really stands out to you, though. If you want to make a perception check through your familiar,
Oh.
Very.
5. Yeah,
Yeah, 6.
yeah, you notice nothing out of the ordinary here. Just good food, good drinks, happy people all around.
Just an ordinary death cult.
I would like to rest for now. Against the
Alrighty.
stump.
And what about the rest of you?
Uh,
Yeah,
Sure,
yeah.
it's your familiar.
What the fuck? Hug.
Big hug, small bat.
Yeah.
Yes. Alright. I'm
Uh,
gonna.
Alrighty.
Remedy's gonna keep looking around the carnival until she's like dead tired.
Alrighty, and what about the Goro and Omi?
Goro's sleeping.
And Omi?
Oh. So what? It's like getting late now. Yeah.
It's starting to get pretty late here, although everybody's Remedy's still having time of her life, and even Emily's warmed up to the environment and is eagerly talking with people.
Um, I'm gonna, still just like kind of stay by the cart, and then like keep an eye on like the immediate surroundings and Remedy and what's your face, the lady we're escorting,
Emily.
Emily. Yeah.
So, as you continue in your revelry, day very quickly fades to night, and it seems to be very little stop to the festivities. There are a couple people who are petering off into woodwork, what seems to be little Adirondack like structures set up along the edges, aka these things, covers, likely to rest. But things are still going very strong.
Bunch of fucking
Remedy,
hippies.
Remedy gets like super tired, and she stumbles back with the cart and then falls over in front of it and falls asleep.
Uh, and I assume Omi.
Yeah. What, the cart's still outside? Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna stay on, like, still, like, kind of stay on side. I'm gonna be on inside the city and kind of watching over Emily, the client.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, uh, as night starts to really fade and things start to finally shut down, you do notice Emily does have a drink in her hand, but doesn't seem to be super intoxicated. She stumbles over to you. What are you doing here? You should be enjoying yourself. There's still time. This is a wonderful place, by all means.
I'm fine right now.
Ah, come now. You don't have to be serious all the time, even if you are a little dark gnome.
Honestly, I'm fine right now.
Oh, well. You need to lighten up a bit. All you people. We could just stay here for a while. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure that old tree can wait a few more days, right?
Oh,
I disagree, but I'm outside sleeping.
it depends if you're gonna be paying us more.
Always pay with you people. She seems rather dismissive. Eh, you'll still get your standard money. It's upon arrival there, so you need considerable resources to do that. You can't just change it at will.
You'd have to unsummon it, then
You'd have to unsummon it and then take another hour to resummon it.
I
You
will
could,
someday.
we can keep
yeah, I don't,
that
I
to
don't,
have like watch while we're
Ye-
asleep. Because
uh,
the familiar sleep while
yeah,
while the caster is asleep.
I don't
the
think so.
familiar doesn't need to sleep, but it
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
if you want. You can also just temporarily dismiss it, and it goes into a little pocket dimension, and you can summon it again within 30 feet of you whenever you like.
Without the hour delay.
Actually, you don't have to. Oh yeah, it's without the hour delay. You can make it change form, but you have to cast the spell again. It takes another hour and 10 minutes, basically.
No.
Just
Alright, so as the lot of you stumble out of the encampment, nobody tries to stop you or anything to your cart. Everybody is very deadbeat tired at this point, especially those who stayed inside. Even Omi, just being in that environment, uh, so much sensory overload does start to tire you out considerably there.
Dar does what wizards do and spends all night researching. In this case,
Uh,
researching what forms the familiar can take.
Does Star need to sleep?
Yeah.
All right, you can stay up all night researching, but you will get a level of fatigue if you do.
Just sleep, because if you read it, you can cast it again and change the form.
Yeah. Just sleep with a bat. Cuddle a bat.
If you cast a spell while you already have a familiar, you instead cause it to adopt a new form. Choose one of the forms from the above list. Your familiar transforms into that chosen creature.
Still takes an hour each time though. 'Cause
You
have
can
to
only
cast
have
the
one
bat.
familiar.
Yeah. You don't have to dismiss the bat to change its shape.
Yeah.
But you do have to cast the spell again.
Yes. Big time wait. So go to bed. Have the bat watch over us like a good bat.
Figure out what a bat friend is. So, our bat friend.
So the night passes without any further incident. Eventually, you do hear things start to quiet down in the encampment. Um, as morning starts to slowly rise and the sun starts to come up, which you can actually see for once rather than be in this big old forest, you notice a familiar face walk out the front gate and greet you. It's the tiefling from yesterday. Why, hello, everybody. Did you happen to enjoy the show by any chance?
Yeah, that was really cool. I'm
Ah,
still tired though.
Yeah, it was a pleasant performance.
well, uh, truth be told, we're probably thinking of packing up and heading out soon ourselves, although we'll stay a couple days. You're more than welcome to rest up here for that time, if
That's
you
great.
would like.
I would like to get on the road again.
Hmm, I see. Well, like I said, we are a traveling band of misfits and miscreants and people with special talents here. So, if you would like, he hands each of you what looks like a playing card um, with a spade on it. Ace of Spades Traveling Emporium will be around in this area. We've quite a few different skills, quite a few different performances. Um, yeah, if you want to go on through, you're certainly welcome to, although I think we've eaten up enough of your time. I heard some stuff about a tree. Is that right?
I think so.
Yeah,
I don't
I
really
believe that's
remember.
where we're. I believe that's where we're headed.
She's making a background for the
Correctly.
fucking bat. Are you kidding me?
Upon now being completely sober, Emily's eyes widen. Shit. Starts cursing under her breath. Thank you, but we need to go now. We need to go now.
Oh, now I was
Okay.
gonna use detect magic in the middle of the. Okay,
You can as you pass by if you want.
Oh yeah, can I
it
use
takes 10 minutes to do that.
yeah, spell?
It could take. I'm going to say, just for the sake of storytelling, the length of the entire encampment takes 10 minutes to traverse.
Okay, it's only 30 feet, so it won't encompass the entire
That
thing.
area.
So I guess I'll just do like whichever area I can do when I yeah, I'll just cast the detect magic when I can, I guess. I can describe. I can read detect magic out if you.
No,
want.
I'm reading it right now.
Okay.
Alright, so as far as magic, you don't see anything super magical about the circuits itself. You do notice that one of the gate quote unquote guards, seem more like greeters, does have a faint magical air aura around him. School of Illusion. But beyond that, nothing further.
Well, that's interesting. Um.
As you exit and get a good couple hundred meters away from the Ace of Spades encampment, Emily suddenly stops the cart and just sags down dejectedly.
What's wrong?
What's wrong? We were on a time-sensitive mission here. Did you forget that? And we just blew a day spending it at a circus when that tree's dying.
Well, we'll just have to hurry then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose so. It's just... Oh gods, I hope nothing happens. I just can't shake the feeling that something's gone wrong here. Either way, we'll need to make up time quickly. No more delays, no more craziness, no more crazed circuses.
Goro gets behind the cart and starts pushing to increase speed.
So it does start to work slowly. Yeah, it does help a bit. Make an athletics check to see how long you can keep this up for.
What's pulling the cart, I should ask?
+5. 23.
All right, so through just unimaginable strength, you manage to continue pushing the cart along for about half a day's time before you have to finally stop. Several hours on end. It does speed up progress, although not too terribly significantly. Maybe saved you a third to a half of a day.
What's like pulling the cart?
So I just assume pushing here. So you have the horses in front, and then Goro in back, providing more work and
Power.
effort. Power.
Okay, so it's horses.
Yeah.
Can I like drive the cart faster?
He does have
Make
proficiency
a
with
animal
land.
handling check.
He
Okay.
also has
so
proficiency
I
with
do
land
have-
vehicles.
I do have proficiency with land vehicles. So I do. Can I add that to that?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So that would be a big plus. Slash R plus big number.
Boy.
God bless this continent, the United States of America.
Alrighty. So upon that number, you ask to take over the reins from Emily for the time being, and you manage to somehow eke out even a bit more speed from the horses. You've gained a solid half to 2/3 of a day off of the combined efforts of both Goro and Remedy here.
Big fuck.
Goro
Now,
is sheer muscle.
unfortunately, you can't keep this up forever. The horses are getting tired, and even Goro's amazing strength eventually fails.
Just Goro flexing everywhere.
It's grunting as he's getting exhausted.
Luckily, we have basically made up the time that we lost.
What the
Yeah.
what other spells does lovely person
This
have?
relief, though she doesn't say anything, the relief on Emily's face is evident here. Thank you to your efforts. I think we've managed to catch up through all that time. Well, I believe we should probably rest here for the rest of the night. You're a good 7 to 10 miles down the road from where the Ace of Spades set up.
Cool fucking beans.
Very epic.
And that
7
is where
to 10
I'm going to
miles.
call this first session for tonight.
Sounds good.
Okay.
7 to 10 miles is like not far at all.
Listen.
It's a very heavy cart,
I
Through
see.
the forest.
and half of you people are walking because there's not room
That's
on the
true.
cart
Yeah.
itself.
And it's a
Pushing.
not the best road.
Yep. Overall, it was actually remarkably good time there.
We were going for a day and we got 7 miles.
Goro push. Goro push.
Bruh.